无量天尊. Hello everyone, this is Sifu from Yat Dragon's YouTube channel. Today is a Taoism talk show, and this topic I actually did it with the Chinese series already, but one of our fans just asked today, can you do this topic in English? And I was like, whoops, forgot to do it in English. So let's do it today. So this topic is about the Taoism view on like God, deities, and things like that, and basically leading you to understand what is the evil God and which is the positive God. Okay, like the good ones and the evil ones. Okay, so first of all, we have to understand that this word for God in Chinese is very different from how people get it in English because of the cultural difference. When you say like God in English culture, okay, like English speaking culture, most people get it as like how the Jesus people get it. It's like someone that is more superior. And he's like the creator of the world and things like that. Okay, like someone. Okay, it's like someone above. You cannot see him, but he's like above there, pulling the strings and things like that. Okay. Now, when we talk about deities, gods, and things like that, everyone will automatically you will think that it's about something, someone. Okay, like someone. In another world that is higher than us, and they're in control of this world, something like that, and somehow you need to pray to them, worship them, and you'll get their blessings and help and things like that. Now, in Taoism, we do not use the word God and stuff the same way. Okay, basically the word here is sun. Okay, let me draw the word for you. Okay, so I got my. Let me get my little board here and okay, so I'll write the word down so that you can see it. Okay. You like green? Okay, green color. Okay. So this is the word sun. Okay? Now this word in Chinese, sun, is basically, most people get it as like God, but it also means power. Okay, a power that exceeds somewhat kind of limit. Okay, it's like, okay, now you have your body, right? What is your sun, like your powers, your sun, like what is something that you can do that is out of your body's limitation? Well, that's my body, right? I cannot speak, move, or whatever. Now, my power is to move, to speak, to do things. When I blah, 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 you see, energy come out from the inside to outside, and you can get the power, right? So basically, that's one form of the sun, like, okay, of the power. Now, it doesn't mean that I have to be like super crazy loud, super crazy powerful. It's just that something like some kind of power that can output and project onward. Okay, that's the word sun too. Now, when we say bai sun in Chinese, bai sun, this word, a lot of people don't understand the real meaning behind bai sun, and it translates to something like worship. Praying to some deities and stuff. Well, yeah, the problem is most Chinese is very Western washed today. So they're mostly like, a lot of old Chinese don't understand what they're doing, and their concept is basically a mix between the Western culture and some folks believe, and basically the truth is they're confused. Okay, now what is the word bai? Bai. Okay, this word, bai sun, okay, bai. Bai, okay, bai sun. Now this word bai means it doesn't mean to pray, okay? Basically, in the old days, when you are asking someone to be, let's say, if the king wants this person to be the general to fight this war for him, he will buy this person to be his whatever general. So it's like, oh, I put my trust and faith and power into you to assign you and wish or request you to help me to perform something, to do something, to accomplish something. That is the word buy, okay? So yeah, basically buy, this word doesn't mean to really to pray to them. It means to put your trust and faith and your intention, your energy and your trust and stuff to someone, and so that this person can be your whatever person, okay, who's supposed to do this job for you. So bai san is to do the same, but we're now talking about putting energies into a like giving a job, assigning a bunch of jobs to energies, okay, to powers, energies. And what we're doing with bai san, okay, simple theory here, okay, we say God create human and human also create God. Now let's make sure we understand this God is relating to the sun right here that we're talking about, okay, not like the other God that people talk about out there. Okay, so bai san is basically what we're doing, okay, with this thing is you are gathering a bunch of energies, okay, these pre-heaven energies, and you're assigning a certain job or role, characteristic, properties, okay, to this thing, because pre-heaven energies are neutral, okay, they're all neutral at first, and then you have to assign them some kind of property, characteristic, and so that later on when you want this certain energy to help you back, then you can request, oh, this specific profile of energy to come and help you, or this specific profile energy to come and help you. Now how does it all started? And well, we got to go back to the most ancient time, how religious and all these things started. It's not very, very complex actually if you look at how it's done in the ancient time. Well, first of all, we got to understand that nature have a lot of sun, a lot of gods. And what is this god? It's this power, nature's power, okay? Nature's pre-heaven element. Now what is pre-heaven? Pre-heaven element is like things that exist before life exists and this world here exists. So it's like you look out there and look at the sky and you see all these natural stuff, like the sun, the moon, the light, the cloud, the wind, and then later you have the ocean and the mountain and all that stuff, and rocks and fire. Okay, all these things are pre-heaven stuff. They're like they are here before you are here. Okay, so it's basically like that. Now these are what we call the 先天神明. Okay, 先天 is pre-heaven, before the world was created. 神明is it's like the light of God. Okay, it's like the light, the power of light. Now this light doesn't mean like light as in the sunlight. Okay, this light is meaning like it's a complete form, complete energy which you cannot see with your naked eye. But basically what these things are is basically they're energies and natural energies. Okay, now some stuff you can see like water, fire, and things like that. Okay, now let me give you an example. In the ancient time, there's a person, okay, who looked at, let's say there's a river or some kind of ocean whatever, okay, a bunch of water in front of him. Okay, now he is looking at this water. Okay, he looked, and no one in the world ever came up with the idea of a bridge. Okay, now he looked at this for a long while, and somehow his brain sparked up this idea of, oh, let's build a bridge so that we can make this and this island go like that, and now we can walk from here to here. Okay, somehow this specific person, no one else but him, looked at the bridge and he got this idea. Okay, why? Well, ideas does not come out of the blue. It doesn't just boom and magically came out. Okay, how do we get ideas? Simply put it like this. Okay, we get ideas because we're inspired. And how are we inspired? Well, it doesn't just magically happen with no reason, right? In our 9-star theory video, if you actually search that up again, okay, the what we call the D3 element, okay, the third element in the 9-star is the element, is the energy that correspond to things like energy that create inspiration and creativity. So when you have this pre-heaven energy interaction with other things, what these things do to teach you, okay, to teach you things, how nature teach human being things, is to give you inspiration and knowledge and wisdom. It guides you to find out about things. It guides you to a path to lead you to discover things. That's how nature does it. Okay, nature teach, like you can say, nature's God. Okay, like those power of nature. They will teach human beings things, but they don't teach like how human teach a human being. They do not talk as in like, oh, let me speak to you in English, blah 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 blah. Okay, no, not like that. Okay, how they teach is they're like light, so they let you see. When you see, you absorb their light, and the light goes through your eyes and goes into your brain and such. And all these things are not only, oh, I looked at it and that's it. No, because there are some stuff that you actually did absorb, and that's why it's inside your memory. And these energy will create and promote inspiration. And not everyone will have the same feeling, same inspiration, because everyone is different. So nature choose, you can say it choose whoever that is most matching with whatever nature needs right now. Okay, like nature thinks that you are the one that is the most suited for the job of, let's say, building a bridge. Okay, then you will be chosen, meaning that you'll be attracted to this place. When you are there, you will be the only person who look at this place and you thought of, boom, this idea. No one else. Like, there might be some other people going to the same place, looking at the river all the time, but they do not have the idea of building a bridge. They never thought of it. No one does, but you. It's because nature have chosen you to build this bridge. Okay, so you can say nature have inherited the wisdom of building a bridge to you, and it leads you to other things, such as, oh, how do I do it? And then you think, and somehow nature push, and the force at the back just push you to walk, let's say, to a forest, and then you encounter some kind of stuff. Let's say, oh, I saw a tree fall down, and ooh, I got this idea. A tree can, like the wood can float in the water, and this, and then, okay, so you got lots of ingredients here and there. But the first starting point is from you looking at the ocean, and the ocean talks. The ocean tells you inherit this wisdom to you, and then it leads you to a path. Okay, so the ocean is like the boss, the leader. It teaches you and then leads you to the path of discovering what it takes to build that bridge. Now you go over the forest and this and that, and you pick up all the ingredients that you need, and then you do experiment, you goof around things, and after everything is done, you do some experiment here and there, and well, you made this happen. You made the bridge. And now what happened is, okay, the god of the ocean have inherited this wisdom of making a bridge to you. That's how it's explained, right? The power of the ocean, the energy of the ocean inspired you, which means it gives you the first spark of wisdom that leads you to build this whole thing. You cannot forget it. This is the first thing that started. Okay, without the ocean, without looking at it, you will not be able to even think about a bridge. So you cannot say, oh, that's nothing to do with the ocean, I just thought of it myself. No, you cannot. If you don't look at the ocean, you cannot think of it, right? That's the truth. Now, after that, okay, this person will be very thankful for the ocean for helping him to think about this bridge and then made this brilliant thing, and now he will start to want to give back to the ocean. So how do people know how to give back? No one teach him how to give back, right? Well, very simple. Human beings are very sensitive to nature's energy, and to a point that nature's energy will affect you and teach you, but you don't even realize because they don't use language. It's all energy transmission. Very, very simple. When you want, your heart energy triggers and radiate. The ocean's pre-heaven energy also radiates. And when you meet, the message is transferred and it turns into your own idea right away in your own language that you can understand. It's like yourself talking to yourself, because all you get is the energy, not a person speaking to you. Okay? Now, when you want to give back, the nature, the ocean now inspire you again. And after you got inspired, okay, all of a sudden you come up with, oh, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this, I can do this ritual. It's like, let me think. I want to eat, so when eating I'm happy, let's throw something back to the ocean. And then this guy come up with his own ritual of how to give back to the ocean. Okay, so somehow magically now this guy out of the blue, he created the whole ritual himself. How does he create it? Out of the blue? No one to teach him or whatever. How does he get the first thing to get started, right? How does it all get started? Well, he look at the ocean, his mind think about the question, he asks, and after a while, his heart energy connects with the ocean. The ocean energy connects back, and bam, there goes the spark moment of wisdom. Now the ocean taught him how to do it, and on his side, he will be feeling that it's himself, that, oh, I got it. But the fact is, he got inspired by the ocean. The ocean's power, the energy, the element right there, telling him how to do it. And he, inside his mind, his heart, have to be asking this question. How can I do this to give back? He think and think and think. While he think, this energy slams in, and there goes the ritual. So no one needs to be like taught by human being to start this thing off, because nature chose him and taught him. Now, after the first guy, because nature chose this guy already, okay, and this guy is still alive, so nature does not need a second guy doing the same thing. So nature will also teach and inspire this guy to pass it on, because now you get it, okay, you mastered it, it's time to pass it on. So nature inspired this guy to teach his friends, the people in his village, and all that stuff, and everyone else follow. Everyone else follow the same way. So everyone else learn how to make the bridge, learn how to deal with the water and things like that, learn the wisdom that this person got. Okay, and how does this person get it? Well, it all started from this ocean god. You see? Very, very simple, right? It all started from the ocean god and lead to everything. So basically everyone learned from this person and learn the wisdom and how to do all the bridge making, all that stuff, okay? And then learn the ritual to give back and things like that. And there goes the little ocean god religion in this example. Now, this example is not like a real situation or real history, but that is basically how the pattern goes for a lot of religion, okay? And like these aboriginal ancient kind of belief, okay? And some people will worship something else. For example, like some will worship the sun, the moon, the fire, as long as they feel very connected with this natural element, natural power. Then they will automatically be like one or two person, one will be chosen one magical day, and he will get inspired by this thing, and he will come up with all these things to do and how to communicate and things like that. That's how nature teaches you. Now, how does nature teach you? Like teach you wisdom? It's by using energy and then inspire you to think, right? And then this is like the when we say the three realms, Tin, Dei, Yan, okay? This is the sky category, okay? Which is resources in nature. They don't move, they don't talk, and that is why you look and you get the feeling from them right away. Now, in the old days, okay, human beings don't know so much, and so after they get inspired, the next thing is they look at the animals. Okay, the day, natural things that is already grown in this world or born in this world, like animals, plants and trees, whatever, okay, living beings, things like that. And they copy. They look and they copy. Because these ground types of stuff, like animals and things, they are, their job, their energy, have this property of teaching you and influencing you. Okay, they don't teach as in like, oh, let me teach you and I'll like give you a lesson. They will teach by doing and then pushing you and motivating you to do the same as what they're doing. So people learned how to eat, how to whatever, how to fight by looking at animals. And that's how they learn, right? So if you say, okay, the tiger taught you how to fight, it doesn't mean the tiger is like, everyone, now this is the martial art class, tiger style, and then everyone come in and we will now do horse dance, and that's, no, okay? Tiger don't teach you like that. Tiger teach you by showing you and motivating you, and then make you copy. When you copy, like, rah, and then suddenly there goes the style. And human then creates a new thing that fits what human can do and what human needs, and basically that's a new thing that come out of it. But as you can see, we do not need to know the language in order to teach or to be taught, because in nature, energy and like animals and things, we all communicate without language. Okay, like human can be taught by this animal by just looking at him, copying him, and then discovering how to do whatever, and there goes the wisdom, right? Now, these kind of ancient religion, okay, like they're non-stop trying to connect to different things in nature, like the moon, the sun, the cloud, the light, the fire, and things like that. And many different villages and paths, okay, start to brew up all these natural beliefs, okay, worshiping, praying to these things, hoping for a better future and things like that. And nature teach you. nature teach you and give you wisdom. Okay, like what I said about the ocean god teaching you about things related to the ocean, building a bridge, maybe later on building a boat, things like that. Okay, so nature leads human being to discover many new things, and because we lack wisdom, nature will help you to start you off. Now these things, these natural believing in nature's power and then communicating with these power, okay, it doesn't mean that you are like talking to some gods above the cloud, like what most people think gods are, like some people, creatures or beings, okay, sitting up there and looking at you. No, okay, these ancient people don't believe in that kind of God. They only believe that these are the power of nature. They look at these powers and they respect it, and they hope the power can help them, okay, to understand things, and that's how things started. So basically, this kind of belief, okay, will start from a formless kind of belief. Like they only look at the ocean and then they connect their heart, ask for help and things like that, and later on they do a little ritual beside the ocean to thank the ocean, and basically that's it. Now as it goes on, they will then start to be inspired because they already understand that this ocean god exists. It feels like just a human being there teaching them, because they can feel the response back and forth so often. So basically they will start to want to make a statue, like humanize it, create a character that represents, this is the person. Okay, they will automatically think that or want to believe that this ocean is just like a person. Now they will want to make a statue, okay, and a name and personalize this power. So this ocean god might have a name, and who to copy, like which human face or look should it be like? Well, simply they will take the first person who discovered this ocean god and use his body as the representative, because basically he is the first guy who got connected with this, so he might be the most suited or the best representative of this ocean god. So later on they will use this person, his human name and human form, like the face and the body, okay, to as a statue, and basically now this equals to the ocean god. So whenever people want to talk to the ocean god, they will look at the statue and basically treat it just like a person, and they will do their whole same thing but to the statue. And the statue, basically they all know, is connected to the ocean god, the ocean, the formless energy of the ocean. This is how statue come up. Now everyone then do their rituals and communicate and all that stuff to the statue. They gather up in a place and they do all their things and all the rituals and stuff, and input their energies toward the statue. Now everyone will combine their investment, their energy into one statue, which is how those temples and things started, right? So everyone go together and go into this statue. Now later on, people will have smaller statues at home, okay? Like first is a big statue. Everyone go there and do their stuff together. Now it's not enough, because you might be so in love with this god. It's so powerful. You want one at home. So everyone then start to make a small statue that represent this big statue, and there goes the like a franchise. Okay, so everyone get one statue, put it home at home, like build your own altar, and there goes the belief. Everyone can then do their belief rituals and stuff at home and contribute to this statue, this smaller statue. Now your energy goes to the smaller statue, but they're related to the big one Okay, so it's like it's all born from this big one. So all the small statue energy goes in and it beams and connects to the big statue, and there goes the network. So as people build up more and more energy every day, so let's say they have their own praying and own ritual, own whatever, okay, offerings and stuff like that. Okay, every day there's a lot of mind energy, okay, going into this thing. A lot of intention, a lot of energy and stuff going into this thing every day. So basically, the more you do it, the more powerful it gets, because it's like everyone try to combine their heart energy into one pool, one account, and it gets more and more powerful as it goes on. So whenever they ask for help, the help comes very fast and faster and faster. For example, the first thing is they got a bridge, right? Now, maybe something's wrong with the water later on. Let's say a small flood or pollution or whatever, okay? And then they have to ask for help. Now, after they ask for help, instantly there's some kind of ideas coming up and ta-da, problem solved. That's how they realize that, oh, this is so working, because after they did the ritual, thing pops up and problem is solved, right? So everyone get more and more believing into this thing, because the more you do it, you see the result come, and it's not like, oh, I hope you can help me solve this problem, and the next day problem is gone. Okay, it's not like that. It's always that this God, this power, okay, will help you by giving you the wisdom, the ideas, the inspiration, and then you'll be like, ta-da! And there goes the way to solve this problem. And everyone likes it. And so they continue doing it, and that's how most beliefs started. And basically this itself is not a big problem. It's not evil. Because what happened here is this energy in nature, okay, chosen this person. This person started off, inherited the nature's power, this God, okay, and then created the system. And the system is basically what this power intended to have this thing created too. So as they go on, they keep putting more energy and invest into the altar and things like that. Basically, just by this action itself, it's not evil. But the problem is, now when this evil God kicks in, is when they start to do a lot of these rituals. A lot of energy is invested, right? Okay, all these energies goes in, but you only know how to save money into the bank. No one has security devices. Okay? And then what happened is, just like here, in the air, there are germs and virus and things flying around. If you do not know how to take care of that, like doing your daily hygiene, cleaning up your house, brushing your teeth, things like that, okay? If you don't know that and you keep using dirty dishes, you know, very dirty house and things like that, you will get sick, because germs, virus, bacteria will attack. So when you get very juicy, this altar and stuff get very juicy, okay, lots of energy accumulated, it will be hijacked by some kind of evil spiritual stuff. Okay, so it's like virus, and suddenly everything turns wrong, everything turns evil, because your whole account is being hacked. Now, how do you realize, how do you see, know or know that this account or this statue or this belief is evil at this moment? Well, we have to look at it as the yin and the yang property of stuff. Okay, when it's still good to you, it's more like the yang property. It gives you all the wisdom, empowers you, gives you help, and basically it doesn't consume you at all. It just provides. Okay, it will non-stop provide to you, and you will feel that it's helping and such like that. Now, what happened is when it turns evil, the whole thing turns to the yin, the negative side. So it will consume you. It will suck your light up. It will start to drain you up. And then what you see is there's a lot of people starting to be like crazy in terms of giving and not much taking. Like there's a lot of big beliefs and stuff like that where people only know to pray, to worship, like, oh, I give you this, give you this. They only know how to give, but there's nothing to take. So it's like the altar, the religion, the thing is non-stop draining you up. Okay, that's one thing that can happen. And then the second thing that can happen is, well, this thing will start to have a lot of yin property stuff going on, such as mediumship. Because medium is like when the evil spirit actually contaminate enough to the point that it gets so powerful, it can take over your body. It's like those control freaks. They take over your body and then claim to be your god and then do stuff using your body. Okay, all these things are gone wrong. They're like all evil stuff there. Okay, anything involving medium, self-destruction, like people chopping themselves with blades, making themselves all bloody, and you see people are like going crazy, violent, screaming, going in possession and things like that. These are all evilized beliefs, because basically you're not like you're not supposed to be like your body is not supposed to be hijacked by anything else, and these things just and come into you and rob your body, and you think that's good? Of course it's not. So after you're being possessed, when the thing is gone, okay, everyone that got possessed feel the same way, and that is very drained. You feel very tired after that thing is gone, very drained, because that's how evil does their work. They go in you, suck up all your energy. After they're done with their stuff, they're gone. You are super tired because you got drained up, you got sucked up. They go into you, and their whole intention is to suck up your energy. That's why you feel very drained and empty afterward. So when you look at those people, the mediums who possessed by these things, you will see after their possession is done, they'll be like half dead, because that's how evil stuff works. So when you see evil gods, it's always about these things, like these evil gods, the control freak stuff. Okay, it's when the evil spirit, the evil spiritual beings entered the picture, because your statue or your altar just happened to get too juicy, and you have no power to protect over it, and you got invaded, you got hijacked, you got hacked. That's why. Okay, so basically, no matter what religion, what belief, as long as you believe in something and you treat it like, oh, this is the god of whatever, okay, that action itself is not evil yet. But if you lack the wisdom to protect this thing that you invested in, it will get evilized later on, because what you're doing is you're putting a lot of energies and investing a lot of energy into this statue, this altar, this belief, and it builds up. And it gets very juicy, very tasty and yummy for the evil people, the evil spirits up there, okay, out there. So when you get this evil stuff attention, they will grab onto your stuff, and basically you're done. So yeah, basically that's how evil gods and the normal positive gods is like. And in Chinese culture, you can see a lot of different gods and stuff are basically created by using some kind of character in history, in novel, and things like that. Some are even fake, like fake figures or fake characters from novel. Now, if you say, are these real? Like, is it a real god and stuff like that? Well, yeah. I will say they are real, but they're also fake at the same time. Meaning that, okay, this is not a real person, as in like, okay, let's say what, Monkey King or something like that, okay? Everyone knows Monkey King is fake. It's a character from the novel Journey to the West. Now, some people worship and pray and things and have this figure and this statue, right? Basically, this Monkey King statue, okay, the Monkey King character itself is a fake character. It's a fictional character, just like Yoda in Star Wars, okay? Now, what makes it real? What makes it real is that it has a shell, a container, the statue. And it got your mind energy, your pre-heaven energy, investing into it every day. Because you do your stuff and you do your magic and stuff to input your energy to this thing every day. Okay? And you program this statue to work. You program this statue to become a certain power, a property power. Okay? So you create, it's like you created your own Monkey King God. And this thing exists because you have put your energy and stuff and it got a body. Basically, you shaped and created your own God. Very simple. It's real because it got something inside and it got the outside. So that's the real. Now, let's say General Quan, okay? Guan Yu. If you look at the General Quan statue, a lot of Chinese worship this guy. And basically, if you read the Three Kingdom and the history of him, okay? He is not a Taoist. He is not any person related to magic or whatever. Why are you worshiping him? Well, because you're not really worshiping the person. Okay? You're not worshiping this person. You are actually making this statue, and it's basically you are using his character, his power, his spirit, meaning like this is his property. Okay? You use that as a framework, and you stuff it up with your own heart energy and stuff like that to this statue. And so you create your own General Quan. And he is not related to the real person who died. Okay? So you can't be like worshiping Batman, Iron Man, and things like that. Anything can be worshipped. As long as you, first of all, you have to believe and by this God, meaning that you assign the role, the property, the powers to the thing, and you keep doing your stuff, and this thing will build up energy. And so you will be creating your own Iron Man God, Batman God, and all that stuff if you really do like to do that. But basically, that's the idea. And the scary thing is, if it worked and it built up to a certain amount, it will be hijacked and be hacked, and there goes the evil crap. So it's very important to be able to guard what you actually built. It's like, okay, I built a house, nice. Now it's time to put a lock on it, okay? You built a house, very good. So you just leave it there and anyone can come in, right? You got to build some security device for this house, right? And that's why you need us, the professional, who know how to protect and not just to build houses, right? So yeah, anyone who just go outside and buy a statue and they start to believe, okay, this General Quan or whatever statue that they bought, it's going to work to give them help on this and that. Sure, you can do the same thing. It's going to work to a certain degree. You don't even need a master to activate it, to consecrate it, because basically what you're doing is you're putting your mind energy to this thing every day. If you're doing your like incense and stuff like that and you believe it's going to work, it will work to a certain extent. But the problem is you will get fucked by evil stuff later on. That's the consequence, okay? So that is why a lot of people who are worshipping statues got into trouble. Because they worship the statue, but they have no way to protect it. And the statue is basically like, like you put a birdhouse outside and it's not locked and protected. Well, everyone can come and grab some stuff, okay? And you will welcome the thieves and robberies and stuff yourself. That's what happened, okay? So a lot of people worshiping statues and stuff, they start off okay, but eventually when it gets very intense, then stuff happen. That's why it got so screwed up. Okay, now in the real Taoist magic, like right here, okay, you don't just learn how to put a statue here and then pray and do all that ritual, right? Here you have to understand how it works, that you have to consecrate it, program it, protect it, empower it, and there's a lot of work to do to make this statue a working statue. You have to also program and assign tasks for whatever energy here to do what, and it sets all the restriction for this statue that you created. Okay, so it's a lot of work involved, no matter to program it, to protect it, and to make this thing work and not have any side effect. So it's like, okay, normal people can get a statue and it will work, but you got some consequence there. Okay, if you keep doing it, it will have a problem. Okay, so basically that's how the Bai Sun work. You assign a role to this sun, this power, which the power is you create the statue. Your mind energy create this thing. It could be your own energy, or it could be related to some power in nature. It depends. Okay, and if it's something that you created, then we call that the post-heaven god, like what we call 后天神靈 in Chinese. Okay, and if you're like looking at the outside, the nature stuff, and you got inspired and stuff like that, is called the 先天神明. These are the pre-heaven god, the pre-heaven powers. Okay, so that's the difference. Well, basically, the 先天神明, the pre-heaven powers, what they do is always to give you a lot of wisdom and stuff like that. And the post-heaven god, okay, 后天神靈, what happened is there are usually like energies that go into things that you're already doing and help you with these things. Okay, to help you and push you around and give you a push to different things that you're already doing. Okay, now General Quan, let's say this person with the big knife. Okay, all he does when he is alive is he's like a warrior, a big soldier, a warrior who fight in wars. Okay, he killed people. And now there are people who think that this person can be a money god, like someone who can help you with money luck and stuff like that. How can that even happen? Okay, like that doesn't even relate. But yes, it will work. Why? Because you buy this sun to be the money god. It's like I assign the job, this property, to this statue, to this power that I actually created myself. Okay, good. Well, you assign the job, it will help you to do it, because you assigned the job to this pre-heaven energy that you accumulated yourself. The pre-heaven energy itself is neutral. You can assign them to do anything. But at the same time, this container, the statue, the shell, have to match the property of what you're trying to create. Then it will make sense and it will like give you the effect. So basically, this is like you're creating God. You're creating these spiritual powers. Okay, that's what people are doing when they're worshiping and praying and doing all that stuff to the statues. That's what basically, like it can be good, but it can also be a big disaster. Okay, because you are not knowledgeable and you're not like trained to protect all these gods that you have created. Okay, and so yeah, there can be a sometime like this guy have a General Quan and this guy also have a General Quan at home. Okay, then it's like when you play Street Fighter. Okay, this is the Ryu and this is the Ryu, and two players come to a battle and there goes a two character that looks the same. And they fight. Okay, that can happen. And that is why some people say, how come I worship, like, let's say, General Quan, okay? I go to this temple, and then I pray to this General Quan, and my wish is fulfilled faster. Now, if I go to this temple, and I worship this General Quan, it doesn't work as well. Because it's two different things. Basically, every statue, they're two different things, they're not related. So it's like the same character, but different players playing it at the back. So it's two different profiles of the same name, same look, same shell. Okay, so that's how it worked. So basically, having a statue, worshiping the statue and things like that, it's just a way to accumulate pre-heaven energies into these containers. And yeah, it will work if you actually do it like seriously. But after a while, there is the danger behind it. Okay, now for the serious people like us, we know how to protect it. So we don't just save money into the bank. We protect this account. Okay, protection, special features, programming it, and a lot of stuff to do to the statue. If you actually search up Taoist Magic statue consecration on YouTube, you can see me doing a ceremony for one of the statue. And basically, there's a lot of work involved with statue consecration. And yeah, the human does create the God, and God creates human, meaning that pre-heaven energies create our life. It creates life. Okay, and life can also create pre-heaven energies. So if you look at God and it's not like, okay, a person there, like that kind of stuff, okay, the Western culture kind of God, if you forget about that God, okay, when we talk about sun, it's like these pre-heaven energies, then you will understand more, okay, because Chinese do this by sun. It's not like really, they don't really talk the same language. You're not like, oh, a bunch of people in the sky with wings and stuff, okay, no, okay, they're like, basically, it's a lot of spiritual, or you can say pre-heaven energy, spiritual powers. And these things are not like, oh, beings, okay? They're sitting there waiting for you and things like that, okay? No, okay? But at the same time, these gods that you created, okay, can actually turn from a power to connect to spiritual beings. And then these spiritual beings from another world who hijack your account, then your God will be like those God that you will be thinking about, like those people in another world, that kind of God. Then it will turn into these gods, which we call Yam San. These Yam San are also what we call Che San. They're the evil God. And what happened is these are real spiritual beings. They are actual beings in another dimension. And these beings are bad. They will just grab over your container and claim to be your boss, your Lord, your God, whatever. And then they will also inspire you stuff, teach you stuff, and grow. And you can see what happened is when this kind of stuff happened, okay, these evil gods, they're like more in the property of like they want to dominate, to conquer, to rob your stuff, and that kind of vibe, okay? They're like tyrants. So you can see big religions is always like that. They always want to grow big. They're control freaks, and they like to dominate, that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I raid this village just because I want to spread my religion. I'm going to kill people because I want people to believe in this religion. That's what happened when you evil God overrides and like get in charge. And they always want to get big. They always want to get loud, be heard, that kind of stuff. And so evil God, it's always happening. Like this evil God always come in when you when people start to have these kind of mindset. Okay, or you can say actually evil God come in and lead people to have these kind of mindset. Now you might say, oh, but this religion is like it's neutral. There are good people inside the religion too. No. Okay, you don't look at these people. You look at the highest people in charge, because the person who is most connected to the God of this religion is the highest people. Always. Okay, so you look at the masters or the highest authority of the religion to, or you can say of the sect, to determine if this religion is evil or not. Well, you look at the highest people in charge. Now, this highest guy always have like sexual abuse, rape little boys and stuff like that. Okay, you get the idea. And you know they're fucked up. So yeah, you see these higher people are fucked up. They are the root of the plant. If the root is poisonous, everything above is going to get poisoned soon or later. Now, if you look at this, okay, this pattern, you can really just understand the whole religion is fucked up. It's better to stay away. So that's basically evil God's religion. So evil God is like that. And at the beginning, it might be not something so evil. But when it gets big and it becomes evil, because the evil stuff from the other side, okay, the other world came in, took over, and people thought it's cool, and that's why it just keep getting worse and worse and worse. So that's how it goes. And the only way to deal with it is to get rid of that religion. Okay, to not go into it. If you see a religion or a path like that, well, avoid going into it. That's what happened. Okay, so here, this video, at least you understand what we mean by God and deity and things like that in Taoism. We do not refer to like God and deities. That is like, oh, there are really some beings up there that need you to pray and bow and things like that in order to give you blessings. Okay, these are like pre-heaven energies in nature, and you treat them like human being in order to connect to these energies and for the energies to connect to you. And when you're connected, you get help from them because they are pre-heaven energies. They help you to do whatever you're doing and improve your life and things like that, and give you wisdom. Like that ocean god giving you wisdom of building a bridge and things like that. Okay, so basically that's one way how the gods can help the human being, but it's not like how most people in the West get it. Okay, now Bai San again is to assign a job, a special role to this profiled of pre-heaven energy that makes it a special power, specialized. Okay, and that's why whenever you go here again and you do your stuff to this god again, it will be able to help you with this specialized field. And that's what happened. It's like you making your special god, okay, special job, special task. And later on, whenever you need help for this kind of stuff, you go back and you get this energy out and it will help you. Okay, now those people who are practicing like Taoist magic inside our lineage, you also deal with all these gods and stuff, but they're not like the gods as in, you know, the other culture. So it's basically the same thing. It's all energy in the pre-heaven nature, and it's all pre-heaven energy stuff working. So it's not like gods as in, oh, some other people in the other world. Okay, just get that point very straight. Okay, so basically that's it for today. Hope you like it, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye.